Welcome to FireRescue1's Extra Alarm, your audible source of original content from FireRescue1. This is Mark Bayshore, and I'll be the voice of this content for you. Listen to FireRescue1 content when you're out and about, driving to or from work, when you're looking for some alone time at the station, or during your career development time. And yes, we should all set aside some time each week for learning opportunities. Make sure to listen to the end because I'll be sharing my insights on the topic as well. The All-In Engine Company, making it work with 3 members. Outlining the roles of firefighter, driver, and officer, and the tasks to prioritize. That's the topic from today's author, Jeffrey Bryant Jr., who is a firefighter paramedic with the Aurora, Illinois Fire Department. Let's get started. When I think about the phrase All-In Engine Company, I think of a crew in which everyone can do it all, because they have to do it all. But how does it all come together? And how can they make it work with limited resources? Let's assume that the average engine company rolls out the door with 3 personnel, the officer, driver, and a firefighter. With that being said, these tasks can always be divided if the crew is fewer than 3, and additional tasks can be added if there's more than 3 personnel. An engine company in most cities across the United States will be the first arriving unit on scene. Whether they'll be alone on scene for seconds or several minutes is dependent upon staffing, automatic and mutual aid agreements, time of day, and many other factors. Due to the unknown length of time that this company will be by themselves, they will be tasked with multiple objectives. Number 1, save lives. Number 2, stabilize the incident. Number 3, protect property. Considering these vital strategic goals, there are 3 S's that should be accomplished to support the mission. Number 1, search and save lives. Number 2, suppression, as in incident stabilization. And number 3, supply, as in protect property. Let's break down who will be undertaking each of these tasks to succeed in the overall mission. Officer, search and suppress. This position will have the tasks of both search and suppression. The officer will be the workhorse, as search and suppression would be nearly impossible to accomplish without their efforts. A 360 and size up is the top priority. This will help determine where bedrooms and other rooms of priority are located. The officer should perform any immediate searches at windows if needed or direct crew to make those grabs. They need to ensure that they have the tools for forcible entry as well. Since the firefighter's priority is stretching the initial hose line, the officer will be responsible for gaining entry to the structure. After addressing forcible entry concerns, the officer can assist the firefighter in flaking out hose if necessary. Once inside, the officer wears many hats. This position will not only assist in advancing the line into the structure for suppression, but they must also ensure that they're performing a primary search while moving through the building. Suppression and search can ultimately occur at the same time, as long as the crew is well in tune with one another. Conditions should always be monitored while performing the primary search. Make sure the position stays in contact with the firefighter at all times. Doors, especially those to the bedrooms, should also be closed as searches are completed to further assist in limiting fire spread. Driver, search, suppress, supply. The driver has all 3 tasks on their plate. There's a reason many say the driver is the most important position on the fireground inside the first 5 minutes. The first priority for the driver is to assist with suppression, unless circumstances dictate otherwise. The driver must ensure that the hose clears the bed, that the line gets charged, and that the correct pump discharge pressure is established. Once that is completed, the driver must make a judgment call on whether to move on to establishing water supply or assisting in a surge. That should be based on what the next apparatus will arrive and the water supply situation, municipal versus rural water. When the driver picks supply, they should ensure that it's done efficiently and always err on the side that they'll need more water than less. When hydrants are available, this means considering tapping into the 2.5-inch outlets as well as the steamer. When it comes to search, the driver can be the unsung hero. If a victim is present at a window, the driver could make their first priority be search. If no victims are present and it's unknown if parties are trapped inside, search will be either second or third priority for the driver. Whether it's second or third, the tasks associated with assisting the search must be addressed. The driver should throw all available ladders to key windows. They can also force the rear door and do a quick sweep. If the driver does force any doors, they'll need to remember to pull the door shut again in order to control the flow path. Firefighter, suppress, and some search. The firefighter will have the task of suppression and a small amount of search as well. Specifically, the firefighter ensures the line is pulled correctly and staged at the door. They will bleed the line once charged and assist with forcible entry when needed. The main goal of this position is to draw a line between potential victims and the fire as fast as possible. Searching can be done by the firefighter once the line is properly positioned and when the officer may be delayed feeding the hose line during the advance. The firefighter can never abandon the nozzle. Instead, sweeps can be made with hands and or feet while remaining in contact with the hose line. Additional considerations: 2 in, 2 out. With regard to the 2 in, 2 out policy that mandates there be 2 firefighters outside the hazard area to initiate a rescue of the firefighters inside should they become in trouble during the initial stages of the incident where only 1 crew is operating in the hazard area, there are ways to account for a 4th member. For example, it is possible to use an ambulance crew that's cross-trained or the first arriving chief officer. Further, if there is a confirmed rescue to be made or a possible victim, there should be no delay in immediate search and rescue of the victim. There are many factors that affect how these decisions are made, including time of day, day of the week, vehicles of the residents, open windows and doors, and neighbors confirming people in the structure. Train to your staffing level. Conditions dictate actions, but this is a guide that can be applied to the first-in engine company for most residential house fires. It's imperative for fire companies to train for any potential staffing scenarios. If you could have only 2 personnel, adjust the job tasks above and train on it. The same can be accomplished with more personnel, which would allow for better results as well. The biggest takeaway for the engine company is to make search a priority along with suppression. Supply can be accomplished when it's needed. It's important to set up your policies and standard operating procedures and train on what will work for your department and staffing. Train all your members at all 3 positions. We have to be all in and put victims first. Well, Jeffrey hits on some hard topics here. Some of the bigger departments listening really don't relate to only having 3 people on board, where some of the smaller departments are lucky if they have just the driver. I certainly remember a time in Prince George's County where I was the only person on the fire truck as the driver, and I had to do all of these things together. So understanding that Jeffrey's premise is about a 3-person crew, he's absolutely right at the very end there, that you need to train to your staffing level if that's what you're going to have to do. Because indeed, we do have to be all in, and we do have to put victims first. Thanks for listening in today, and remember, you can find this article and many more on firerescue1.com. This is Mark Bayshore asking you to keep safe, stay smart, and take care.